we're getting some great momentum in the education space at Edify over the last few months.
Mhm.
And we've got to, deploy like LSU, Georgia Tech, University of Tennessee, I believe Kent State. There's several,
Mhm.
other smaller schools. Where do you see that heading in the long-term benefits
Mhm.
of Edify getting deployed in these schools?
So when you come out of school, you work for a GC, it takes quite a bit of time just to onboard and ramp and learn the things. You learn a lot just with hands-on experience, which is great, but there's a pretty steep learning curve even after school to actually get to a place of making an impact. I took an existing curriculum, the one I came from actually, and kind of reshaped it. CIT classes, technology classes exist separately from the context class. And so the idea here behind the curriculum is to create these like field leadership, pre-construction estimating, project management operations, BIM, VDC, and just tech paths.
Yeah.
So it's still 4 years, but we can generalize some of the first 2 years and then have 2 years of specialization. And really, the opportunity is this role-based specialization, like we talked about. The other part of this, which I think is awesome, is the chance to kind of create a micro realistic environment of how it would work in the real world. And so, like some of these schools, like if you have construction, they often have design. Well, designers work with builders.
Hmm.
Designers create the drawings, maybe make a model. They can share that with the builders, but you can simulate these real world um, industry things that happen in preparation without an internship when
Right.
you go into the industry. If I'm focused on pre-con, put me in a room and my professor's a building owner and there's other folks from the industry, say from Hoar Construction, Robinson Morton, Brassfield, Swinerton, whoever, right?
Yeah.
They participate in this and they're also on this committee and they present their budget to the client and focus on how they're actually option engineering that. We did these units. And the students say, well, do you get enough revenue? Do you get more revenue for these other units? That's a valid question. And if the answer is yes, they can re-option engineer it right there in front of them. That's super impactful and a game changer for this industry.
Yeah.
It helps them understand how their pro forma works, what their cost per key is, cost per parking spot, all that stuff. I'm just saying make it a little more real world and apply the pathway to it. And then all of a sudden you have someone who's much more prepared to go into pre-con or go into project management or go into BIM and VDC. But also there's other seats here around like how GCs look at their departments. Well, how does academia set the table for those as well? So I'm not trying to be biased here and only pick one. I did have multiple options in this article, um, because they're all important.